Marth mains, sadly we can't throw out moves all willy-nilly anymore. We ain't Lucina. This isn't only meant for Marth players, since every player has thrown out moves just to throw them out with no purpose, which leads them to get punished. But it is very important as a Marth player that you select your options wisely. Marth no longer has the luxury to be safe when landing a sour spot, so throwing something out without spacing or understanding the situation you're in will just leave Marth in a vulnerable position. This isn't as true as it is for Lucina because she can throw out moves as long as they're sort of spaced, because even if you do it too close, she will get punished for it. But since Marth doesn't have that strong hitbox throughout the whole sword, it's a lot more common for Marth mains to be in this position. You'll be in this situation when you're versus a character that has a lot of strings and combos like Fox and Roy. Characters that are fast enough to not let Marth breathe or do his thing, aka space and kill. If you throw something out without a reason on someone's shield as you're getting smothered, or trying to throw something out and hoping that you get out of it, you may actually get punished harder or even help your opponent get an extended combo off your extended hitbox. Pick your shots, walk to make spacing much easier. Use down tilt to bait out shield. Down tilt is a fairly safe option if they don't parry, even if it isn't perfectly spaced. You can't really say that about a lot of Marth's moves, so use down tilt wisely. Anti-air or stuff out your opponent's aerial approaches with a forward tilt, since you are less likely to trade compared to anti-airing them with up tilt. But on the other hand, up tilt will reward you with a possible follow-up. Once you get that lead, stop approaching. Make them come to you. Walk a lot more. If you approach even with the lead, you are playing your opponent's game. Marth slows down the game once he gets the lead, meaning you dictate the pace, which leads you to being able to space a lot better. There's two ways your opponent can start dictating the match even when you're in the lead. One way is by you accidentally playing their game plan by still chasing them even after you have the lead. Or two, they try to force their game plan on you by trying to smother you again, but because you have the lead and you're a little bit more comfortable, it just becomes a lot more easier to hit them and deal with them. So make sure those tables do get turned, and make sure you do not follow them when you get the lead. Be smart, meaning you dictate the pace, which leads to you being able to space a lot better, which in turn lowers the chances of you being overwhelmed. You get the lead, you control the pace and the spacing. In my personal preference, I tend to be more grounded when I have the lead or when I'm in the neutral, since I'm able to like walk and actually use my forward tilt till its fullest potential. But that doesn't mean you should never dash. Once you like learned the situations in when you can dash or when you can walk or when you can run or when you could throw out an aerial, it becomes more easier understanding and dealing with the disadvantage state, and also understanding and excelling at your advantage state. If your opponent has the lead, the game plan for Marth slightly shifts. Now that they have the lead, you are the one in pursuit. It becomes a lot harder to space. This is where you have to start adding more mix-ups, grabs, perfectly spaced aerials on your opponent's shield, throwing out more aerials, but you need to throw out an aerial with a purpose. If you don't, you're just going to make your disadvantage state that much harder to deal with. Make sure you get those tomahawks, make sure you get those mix-ups, ledge trap them, get them off the stage, or put them in the air. They may have the lead, but if Marth can get them in the air and their landing options are limited, you will be able to slow down the pace to space and catch their landings. I've got bars for days, goddamn. Remember, up air is great for juggling, but an even deadlier kill option when getting it tippered. If you want to be less committal, then a nicely timed up tilt can send them back up and even kill. Be patient, be calm, be okay with the fact that you may not always get the tipper. If you get angry over a move that didn't tipper when you wanted it to, it will just cloud your judgment. It'll just make you play worse, making the battle between you and your opponent become a 2v1. You versus yourself and your opponent. I hope this video helps out Marth mains. Let me know what you think. This is your boy X from Let Me Smash Gaming, and I'm out here.